elbows his forearm. So brushing it across the head was the call more than an elbow. So that's why no technical foul there. Pugh clears out some space for himself. Braxton into the game and some chippiness inside, and they're going to pick up Davenport, his third foul. He cannot believe the call. His third, team's second, as they are getting aggressive inside. And it's almost a disadvantage for St. Mary's because last night that aggressiveness inside was being allowed, and Coach Harney wants a timeout to talk it over. It will be a full timeout, so we'll keep it here nonetheless. But last night, the officials were allowing a ton of contact inside. I have no problems if they're going to allow that kind of contact if they're consistent, and they were. St. Mary's, though, tonight is getting called for some of the stuff they got away with last night, and they need to make an adjustment, or they're going to allow Randolph-Macon back into this game. Coach Harney nearly at half court calling the timeout as well. Let's give you a couple scoring updates. Cabrini has opened up on a 5-0 run to close the deficit to Purchase to 47-40, 17:30 left in that one, forcing SUNY Purchase to call the timeout. Going to say, if you're a Seahawk or a Yellow Jacket fan, you want Middlebury to lose, and they're showing no signs of that tonight. They did have the first round bye and playing their first game in the NCAA tournament tonight against Western Connecticut. Randolph making the ball. It's Vogel, Krosky, Brown, Braxton, Pugh. Brown drives in, shot is blocked by McCauley. He went with his right hand on the left-hand side, and it cost him. Quickly up ahead, layup no good. Braxton hauls in the rebound as Hutchinson forced the layup, I think, there, and Vogel will bring the ball across the timeline. Brown this time learned his lesson. He went with the right hand, with the right side to keep McCauley off of him, and that's after he was able to get Franz to spin out, and a technical foul called on Coach Harney, who's close to getting a second one. You do not want to be waving your arms. I don't know what he is upset about, because I have seen nothing on the floor so far that would have been any reason to be upset. But Coach Harney picks up a tech. That's the team's third. Pugh will go to the line to shoot two. On the one end, he forced contact, but he wasn't bailed out. I don't have a problem with that. On the other end, Franz actually does a terrific job defensively getting in the way, but Brown did a spectacular job spinning off of that and getting the free layup. Pugh hits it. So he's 1 for 1, gets 1 point, but because of technical foul, Randolph-Macon's asking for the ball, but they don't get it. It's a technical foul in the flow of action that St. Mary's had possession, so St. Mary's still holds on to the ball. A intentional foul would have flipped that, or other technical. It gets confusing. Suffice it to say, not a change of possession there. So now a 10-point deficit for the Yellow Jackets, 18:27 remaining. Seahawks have the ball. It's Franz, Hutchinson, McCauley, Burham, and Spencer. Inside to Burham, being guarded by Braxton. He'll try and get past him quick, goes for the shot, no good. A lot of contact, no call. Brown then has his pocket pick. Inside to McCauley, goes for the layup, and it's good. And nobody guarding Braxton, who can't control the long pass. He'll go up for the shot anyway, misses it. Loses control of the ball, and Spencer hauls it in. Franz has the ball and a foul inside. It's going to go against Braxton as Burham was trying to gain position, and Braxton's going to pick up his second, team's first of this half. As Danny Jones and Adam Desgame will check in for the first time in this second half, and Braxton, who has been almost a non-factor, will take a seat alongside Pugh. Franz inbounds it to Spencer, top of the key. Now to Franz on the near wing. 32 on the shot clock, 17:41 left in the game. Spencer with the ball, far side now to Hutchinson. He'll get into the baseline. He'll get around his man. Tries to hit McCauley, misses him. Burham picks up the ball, goes to the layup, misses the layup. McCauley hauls in the rebound and smartly brings it to the top of the key to reset the offense. Franz slices in the lane, and he's going to get called for the player control foul as Danny Jones was parked in parked gear with his lights flashing and everything. There was no way you could have missed him as Franz flies into him for his second personal foul, team's fourth. And that's key because Coach Harney picked up that technical foul to increase those team fouls. Brown on the floor, Krosky along with Vogel, Desgain, and Danny Jones, who's battling with McCauley on the paint. Desgain and a foul at the top of the key. I think they're going to call Hutchinson for holding on as he was getting picked at the top of the screen. He's asking the official what it was, but it will be Hutchinson's second and team's fifth. It looked in my peripheral like he was trying to stay with his man around a pick and grabbed a hold of him to do so. St. Mary's 5 fouls in the first 3 minutes of this game. Giggets buries the jumper from 17, and it's a 36-26 deficit now with 16:50 remaining. I think the Yellow Jackets need to get a run and then get that run going now. Spencer with the ball far side, being guarded by Desgain. He'll bring it way out to nearly the midcourt line. He and Wise on the floor along with Burham, McCauley, and Hutchinson. Crossover by Wise, gets it to Spencer. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He'll jump it from 10, short. Rebound hauled in by 2 players. Desgain ripping it out of Giggets' hands. And here come the Yellow Jackets. Giggets, he's got a free shot at the lane, goes up and misses the layup as he tried to adjust for McCauley, and here come the Seahawks the other way. Bounce pass, and a hard foul by Danny Jones. They're talking it over, and it'll be intentional. Danny Jones picks up the intentional foul, so he'll let McCauley go to the line for free. Hits the first one. He's got one more on the way for the freshman, who's a 63% free throw shooter. This to make it a 12-point game with 16:06 remaining. I believe the Seahawks will get the ball back. Misses the second one off the front iron, and it will be St. Mary's ball, I believe, on the baseline. And he and Danny Jones faced up. McCauley was trying to start something. Danny clearly was keeping his head about him. The official comes over and says, hey, listen, enough. And you can imagine what else he's saying, like technicals or throwing out of games will be instituted. It's getting to that point where the tensions are that thick, especially for Randolph-Macon. Wise will inbound it, floats it to the top to Spencer, who will set the offense up with 16:04 remaining. Wise, now to the near side, Hutchinson back to Wise, back over to the top side, Spencer. They're not even looking inside as Burham and McCauley were at the elbow. Burham has the ball, 15 on the shot clock. Hutchinson trying to get around Danny Jones, can't get to the baseline. Back outside to Wise. Wise finds Burham, cutting Spencer, can't find him, and a pushing foul called. It looks like it might be on Giggets. It is on Giggets, his second. And somehow inbounded to Hutchinson. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 15:30 remaining. McCauley with the ball top of the key with Jones, and a foul called. It's going to go on Giggets as he and Burham were certainly battling inside, and Giggets, bang, bang, has picked up 2 more to have 3 fouls. Interesting choice here. Nathan Davis takes cross key out and will keep Giggets in the game. As Brown re-enters the game, we'll get to their lineup in a minute. McCauley up against Giggets. McCauley spin move. Desgain comes over for the help, but McCauley hits the shot nonetheless. So it's 39-26. St. Mary's the lead with 14:53 remaining. Danny Jones tries to make a move on Burham, but forgot the ball. Now spin move, gets McCauley in the air, puts up the shot and gets the foul at least. So McCauley will pick up his 3rd, and Danny Jones will go to the line to shoot 2. And Jones hits the first one as Haas, Jarzinski, and Franz will check in for St. Mary's along with Davenport, as Wise, McCauley, Burham, and Hutchinson will take a seat. The only one who remained on the floor, Spencer. Scoring update, Cabrini on a 14-3 run to start the second half. I believe that means, yes, they are down 2 now, 50-48 against SUNY Purchase, as the second free throw is missed by Jones. It's still a 12-point deficit. Seahawks have the ball, though, with 14:37 remaining. Davenport near side. Tries to get it to Franz. Nearly loses it and gets it back to Franz again. Far side. Spencer wide open for 3. No good. Airballed it. Jarzinski battles with Danny Jones, and it's a jump ball alternating possession. Will keep it with the Seahawks with 9 seconds on the shot clock. And man, they are starting to battle inside, are they not, Tim? Three-pointer buried by Spencer. And a steal by Franz. He's going the other way. He's going to push it, crossover behind the back, and got nothing there. Runs into Jones. He's in trouble on the baseline. And a timeout called by St. Mary's. It is a full timeout. We'll take that timeout with them. You're listening to Division III Men's Basketball Championship Tournament action, second round action, right here from St. Mary's. We'll be back after this.
Dreams are forged. Character is tested. Teams are united. Champions win here. Come see the crowning of a new champion at the 2011 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 18th and 19th at the Salem Civic Center in Salem, Virginia, hosted by the Old Dominion Athletic Conference in the city of Salem. For more information, visit ncaa.com/tickets.
Who are you?
Who can make you cheer?
And play your fight song?
Who can bring you to your feet?
Or bring you to your knees?
When the game is on the line, who do you want to take the last shot?
NCAA basketball. Who's your team?
And welcome back to St. Mary's. This is Dave McHugh and Tim Murray on the call here in this game between Randolph-Macon and St. Mary's with the right to move on to the sectional weekend. St. Mary's has a 42-27 lead. Let's give you some other scoring updates. It is a 1-point game between Marietta and Wittenberg as Marietta leads 54-53 with 4 minutes to play. Here it's St. Mary's possession, leading by 15. Spencer with the ball, everything happening for St. Mary's, everything falling, everything going in their way, and Randolph-Macon certainly struggling as they did in the second half last night against Alvernia. I am Dave McHugh alongside Tim Murray calling this game from St. Mary's. The winner will take on the winner of Buffalo State versus Johnson and Wales. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Franz the ball at the top of the key, trying to find some help, and travels and turns it over with 1 second on the shot clock and hands it back to Macon. By the way, scoring update as Purchase has now held Cabrini down a little bit. It's 59-52 with 11:35 remaining in that one. Here it's Brown, Giggets, Danny Jones, Desgain, and Pugh on the court for Randolph-Macon. Inside pass to Jones, double team, looking for help. Finds Pugh on the near side, three-pointer on the way, buried it. Yellow Jackets trying to fight back. They're now down 12, 12:50 remaining. Franz has the ball, gets it to Spencer, top of the key. It's Spencer, Franz, Hutchinson, Davenport, Jarzinski, and Haas. Top of the key, Davenport. He'll drive the lane, hands off, but is stolen as he tries to get it to Haas. Great defense there by the Yellow Jackets. Haas tries to go baseline, nothing happening. Out to Giggets. Giggets will try and get to the lane. He can't get anything to happen. Now it's Brown. He'll use his speed. Skip past to Desgain. Shot from three. In and out. Rebound Giggets and stripped by Spencer and no call. Franz coming the other way and he's fouled by Desgain. Desgain's first foul, team's fifth. St. Mary's has 6 with 12:14 left. The next one on St. Mary's will put Randolph-Macon on the line for the 1-and-1. Queen has checked into the game, as has Fitzpatrick for the Seahawks. As Randolph-Macon has switched into a kind of a 3-2 or a 2-3, or really a 1-2-2 zone. As Franz falls to the ground, looking for help, gets it to Burham. Burham drives the baseline, kick out to Queen, fakes the three, shot from 15, good. Lob pass to Jones, who cannot hit the reverse layup. He put too much English on it. Here comes Franz the other way. He finds Queen, open for three. He hits it. And Nathan Davis calls a timeout. It is a full timeout. They have 3 full timeouts remaining. You can tell by the look on Coach Davis's face, he is frustrated with his team. And he's also can't seem to understand why every time they make a run, St. Mary's responds. .19 remaining up in New England, and Amherst has the lead on WPI 67-52. So the winner of this game probably you can expect to be heading up to Vermont next weekend for the sectional round of action. On the floor for Randolph-Macon, it is Brown, Pugh, Desgain, Giggets, and Jones. And on the floor for St. Mary's, it's Burham, who's wearing 45 tonight. He switched. Haas, Fitzpatrick, Queen, and Franz, as Pugh will be guarded by a very aggressive Fitzpatrick. 11-10 remaining, possibly in Randolph-Macon's season. If they can't make a run, they're down 17. Top of the key, Giggets looking inside. Jones throws it too far, but Franz kind of helped him out, and somehow Burham kept it alive. Pugh picks up the ball, throws it to the top of the key, and Desgain is more than happy to go track that ball down. Giggets with the move, drives the lane, he's absolutely crushed by Haas and Franz. We'll see which one picks up the foul. It'll be Franz. His third, team 6. Giggets hits the free throw. He has 9. 66% free throw, looking for his second one. It rattles in. He's got 10 points on the night. It's down to a 15-point deficit. It doesn't feel like a 15-point game. Randolph-Macon is somehow staying in this in some manner despite their struggles. It's just that St. Mary's seems to get the crazy shots to fall. Queen to Burham. Burham trying to beat Vogel. Now to Fitzpatrick. He'll make a drive. Finds Haas on the backside for the layup. St. Mary's has had the blinders off and are finding every man on the backside, it seems, wide open tonight. As Randolph-Macon is overextending, trying to find answers. Krosky, jumper, miss. Vogel hauls in the rebound. Brown will shoot 3. It's on the way, and off back iron. And Braxton hauls in the rebound, and he's fouled by Burham. And that's another key. Braxton has not been a major part of this game for Randolph-Macon. Well, he's looking for his first here on the free throw line. First one up, and good. So he's got one, and it's now 49-33. Randolph-Macon trying to get back into this as the official has another conversation with another set of players. This time it's Haas and Brown. And we have substitutions coming in. McCauley and Hutchinson will check in, and Queen and Haas will take a seat. Interesting enough, I think this is the third straight game I've called of St. Mary's in which Burham has gotten his first foul somewhere around the midpoint of the second half as Braxton hits his second one. I don't remember the early season game I called about St. Mary's, if he got it or not. .9:52 remaining. It's a 15-point lead for the Seahawks. Wise cuts in outside to Hutchinson. He finds Burham for 3, and he buries it. Burham came into the weekend 6 for 17. He had come into the Capital Athletic Conference game 4 for 15. He's hit at least 3 or 4, or 4 or 5, I should say, in the last 3 games. Randolph-Macon with a load of seniors looking to get back in this. Krosky, the shot no good. Rebound by Vogel, reverse layup is good, and he makes it a 52-36 game. Interestingly, you said earlier on, or beginning of the broadcast, if it was in the 80s, it's St. Mary's favor. If it's in the 50s or lower, it's in Randolph-Macon's favor, and interestingly enough, it's going the opposite direction. Never saw this one coming, I'll freely admit. Fitzpatrick, the ball top of the key, being guarded by Brown. He now gets it to Wise on the far side, looking to try and get it to Burham. Now McCauley will try, and he will hand it off to Hutchinson. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock, 8:40 remaining in the game. Spin move right into Braxton. You never saw him sitting there, and Hutchinson turns the ball over, and Randolph-Macon needs to take advantage of this. He clearly did not know he was there as he made the spin. Krosky to Brown. Brown trying to get it to Braxton, and McCauley's cheating. Now to Vogel top. Thought about the 3. McCauley really didn't buy it. Now Krosky has the ball being guarded by Wise. Pugh inside of Vogel. Being guarded by McCauley. Big elbow move. Basket doesn't fall. Wise with the ball. He's joined by Burham, Hutchinson, Fitzpatrick, and McCauley on the floor. 7:45 remaining as Brown slips to the ground. but they can't find Fitzpatrick on the backside. 6 seconds, now 5 on the shot clock. Wise crossover being guarded by the 6'8 Braxton. 1 shot, second, and McCauley gets a shot off. Wise 2 tips, doesn't fall, and Vogel hauls in the rebound. Brown slices through the lane and hits the layup. So Wise will cross the timeline with a couple seconds to spare, and we'll hand it off to Hutchinson on the far side. They're looking at Burham, but so far Vogel doing a very good job of guarding Burham on the post. Fitzpatrick will make a drive to the lane. He gets a free look at the reverse, misses it, and McCauley follows up as Braxton had come down for the help defense and lost track of McCauley. Braxton, 15-footer, good. Timeout, Coach Davis. And we'll take that timeout with him to catch our breath. You're listening to Division III men's basketball second round action from St. Mary's. We'll be back right after this.
Dreams are forged. Character is tested. Teams are united. Champions win here. Come see the crowning of a new champion at the 2011 NCAA Division III Men's Basketball Championship, March 18th and 19th at the Salem Civic Center in Salem, Virginia, hosted by the Old Dominion Athletic Conference and the City of Salem. For more information, visit ncaa.com/tickets.
Who are you?
What are your team colors?
Who can make you cheer?
Who can bring your family and friends together?
And play your fight song?
Who can bring you to your feet?
Or bring you to your knees?
When the game is on the line, who do you want to take the last shot?
And who do you want to slap high fives, jump up and down, and yell at the top of your lungs with?
There's probably a game near you today. NCAA basketball. Who's your team?
And welcome back to St. Mary's as we are in our second round of the NCAA Division III men's basketball tournament. I am Dave McHugh alongside Tim Murray. The Seahawks have the 54-40 lead on the Yellow Jackets. 6:39 left in this one. Remember, Randolph-Macon made the championship weekend coming through St. Mary's to do it last year. They've got 7 seniors on this team. You've got to figure, Coach Davis said in the timeout, it's now or never, boys. 54-40, you've got to shut them down and you've got to start hitting. This team has been cold since the second half last night against Alvernia. Franz to Burham, goes for the shot, no good. Tip in from Haas, rolls out. Haas, though, gets the rebound. It's back out to Wise for a fresh 35. Franz will come into the lane, just kind of dancing there. And it looks like Brown just got hurt when he slipped yet again. Bounce pass to Burham, far side, being guarded by Danny Jones. And Danny Jones pushes him to the top of the free throw line, and that will cost Jones a foul, his third, team 6th. Cabrini has roared back and taken the lead on SUNY Purchase, 68-66 with 6:33 remaining. That game being called up at Cabrini. And Marietta's leading Wittenberg with 2 seconds left by 1. Marietta went the full distance in 8.9 seconds with a layup. So that's a battle. Block shot of Francis, but somehow Burham hauls down the rebound. 1 second, puts up the shot, no good, and Randolph-Macon hauls in the rebound. Yep, St. Mary's gets the ball back as Giggets turns it over, and Coach Davis pounds the floor in frustration. He knows those things are costing his team all night. Hutchinson has it. Bounce pass inside to Burham on the far side. Now up top to Wise. 12 on the shot clock. 4:52 in the game. Franz inside to Burham. Burham behind the back shot. Falls off glass. Long pass to Brown. Interesting enough, St. Mary's has been to this to the NCAA tournament 3 times, all thanks to CAC championships. And in all 3 occurrences, they have made it to the round of 16. They are looking to make it, I should say, their 3rd trip in 3 tries. Brown, far side, slices in the lane, puts up the layup, and he gets the foul called on Hutchinson. It'll be his 3rd, team's 8th. You know, in comparison to St. Mary's to Randolph-Macon, this is their 19th NCAA appearance. After 4 ODAC titles, they started the season 2-2 and have won 7 of the last 9, including a 15-game winning streak in the middle of the season, as Brown misses that one by 15 feet 6 inches. As Brown hits the second one, it's Brown, Jones, Vogel, Pugh, and Desgain on the floor for Randolph-Macon as they're down 15. It's Franz, Hawes, Davenport, Burham, and Wise on the floor for St. Mary's as Franz finds Burham, goes for the shot and misses it as Danny Jones comes over and he hit him upside the head, and that will be another foul on Danny Jones, his 4th, team 7th. And Marietta defeats Wittenberg 63-62, giving us a possible matchup between them and either Whitworth or Chapman, who are playing much later tonight. So Marietta defeats Wittenberg to move on to the round of 16. Here it's 57-41, St. Mary's the lead with 4:05 remaining. Burham, second one is good. And it's up to a 17-point lead. That's the one thing about St. Mary's is they do know how to keep the gas pedal pushed when they have an opportunity. Giggets to Pugh, looking for something here. Pugh to the free throw line, out to Giggets for 3, no good, well long. And Desgain comes flying in for the rebound. They're going to call the foul on him. Scoring update, Rochester leads MIT 50-45 with 2 minutes left as Franz hits the first free throw, extending the lead to 18, his 8th point on the night. As Franz hits the second one, it's 60-41, St. Mary's the lead with 3:48 remaining. Can Randolph-Macon make a furious run here to finish the game? They're going to have to do something to cut in this 19-point lead, like not turn the ball over, which they nearly do there, as Hutchinson picks up his 4th. He sends Brown to the line to shoot the double bonus. The winner of this one will take on the winner of Buffalo State versus or Johnson and Wales. Last we checked, Buffalo State had the big lead. Buffalo State on a tear, by the way, as Brown hits the second free throw, beating Oneonta State in the semis of the SUNYAC to then go on to win the SUNYAC in the automatic qualifier and won last night against Gwinnett Mercy as Franz looked like he threw the ball away. Now they're going to say it went off of Brown. That play right in front of us, and I didn't see it that way, but that's how the officials saw it. He certainly acted like he had thrown it straight out of bounds. I think he might have been the second most surprised, Brown being the most surprised that went to St. Mary's. So St. Mary's has the ball, 3:22 remaining. There's 18 seconds on the shot clock. Franz comes in, will drive baseline, goes up and hits the layup. And Danny Jones misses a layup on the other side. Scoring update, Worcester leads Manchester 47-45 with 20 seconds left. .250 remaining in this one. Seemingly an insurmountable 19-point deficit for Randolph-Macon. Burham has the ball, top of the key, and corralled by Davenport. Now to Wise, they'll just use as much of the clock as they can. 7 on the shot clock, Wise has the ball. Looking for somebody, spin move, he'll put up the shot, no good. Hoss hauls in the rebound and hits it. Quickly up ahead to Desgain, he puts up the layup and he misses it, but he's fouled by Davenport. That's his 4th. Desgain hits the first one, so now it's down to a 20-point deficit. His 3rd point on the night. Desgain came in averaging 8 points a game. Second one is no good as Hoss pulls in the rebound. So seemingly Middlebury will host a sectional round where these two teams one of these two teams, and it looks like St. Mary's, will travel to. Davenport the ball, top of the key. 2:05 remaining in this one as St. Mary's looks to extend their home winning streak here this season. Hands hits the off-balance shot, trying to extend the home winning streak to 14 as Jones and Burham fight their way up the court. Giggets brings the ball up, goes for the layup, and he's hit by Hoss, I believe, but missed the shot. It is Hoss who will pick up the foul. His second. Team is over the limit. First free throw is good for Giggets as Campion checks in the game for the first time for Randolph-Macon tonight, and Sheeler will check in for the first time tonight. Those two actually saw quite a bit of action last night in the game. Worcester up on Manchester 47-45 with 2.1 seconds left. We're getting updates from Pat Coleman. We'll let you know what happens there as Giggets hits the second one, and Giggets will, one more sub here as Randolph-Macon is clearing its bench. And Manchester missed the buzzer beater off the front rim. Worcester will be advancing as well. Alley-oop slam dunk, McCauley. .22-point lead, 1:30 left. A Randolph-Macon team that had high hopes of getting back to Salem, and Franz gets a steal. Tried to go alley-oop to McCauley again, who got shoved out of bounds. And it's getting chippy. And an intentional foul called on Spencer. That is a right call, I think, on that one. He went after Desgain, and now they're mouthing off. Absolutely agree with you as Desgain will go to the line for the intentional foul as Coach Davis continues to clear his bench, and Coach Harney is on the verge of doing that himself. I have to start going further into my rosters to start telling you who's in this one. As Desgain misses it, he's got one more on the way as subs will come in and we'll try and reset the floor here as pretty much the entire St. Mary's team except for McCauley will check out. Now in the game, Joey Smith, Brennan McFall, Devon Gilmore as Desgain hits the second one. Queen has re-entered the game as well. And for Randolph-Macon, they have a whole host of players in as well. Sorry, we're digging for parts of our roster we didn't expect to use tonight, to be completely honest. 1:20 left, and it's a 21-point lead for St. Mary's. Randolph-Macon the ball. Sheeler inside of Campion. Campion spin move on McCauley, puts up the shot, and it falls easily. Also in the game, Dylan Cole. And a steal, and the layup is good by Jamie Robinson. And a timeout called by Randolph-Macon simply to get more subs in, as Sheeler is a senior and gets his recognition, and so is Campion, who's a senior. So they get their action in their final game. And now a whole mess of subs in, and Campion and Sheeler get a couple points. Or actually, Sheeler did not, I apologize, but Campion did. It's 68-51, and the ball goes out of bounds, remains St. Mary's possession. Let's go back down and check who's in this game for Randolph-Macon. I hate to tell you, there's a guy, oh, there he is, Jamal Powell in the game, as well as Andre Simon. Chris Cook just checked in for the first time as well. So there's your 5 on the floor for Randolph-Macon. 43 seconds left. St. Mary's the ball with 17 on the shot clock. Joey Smith is trying to clear the clock, clear the 5-second count as much as he can, because he's being guarded tightly. He gets to the baseline, ball gets turned over, goes off Randolph-Macon. It'll be St. Mary's possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 32.1 seconds left. St. Mary's will win this game and move on to the round of 16 as a steal on the inbound and a slam dunk, rather emphatically, by Jamal Powell. 68-53 now, 25 seconds left, no shot clock, so you'll think that St. Mary's will just dribble this one out if Randolph-Macon will let them. They'll certainly not shoot, as you just saw there. St. Mary's will move on to the round of 16 for the third time in 3 tries. They will play, seemingly, Buffalo State and probably up at Middlebury. The final score, St. Mary's defeats Randolph-Macon 68-53 to move on to their third round of 16 in 3 tries, and Randolph-Macon's high hopes of making it back to Salem as they did last year with a senior-laden squad come to an end on Ed Cole Court.